What is up, guys and gals out there on YouTube? Thanks for joining me here on my channel again, Stephen Sturgill. I'll be your host for the next few minutes. And it's August fragrance haul. At least a small haul anyway. So I just got this bad boy in the mail. A 3-pack. They weren't sold together, but I ended up buying all three of Hermenegildo Zegna. Zegna Intenso. And I also got Zegna Uomo, I believe. And I get the cellophane off. Yes, got the old classic Zegna Uomo. And Z Zegna, or the toilette, all of them. I don't think any of these are parfum concentrations. And lastly, but not leastly, the very cool looking throwback look of Zegna Intenso. So let's get into one of them. Where should we start? I have already smelled Uomo and pretty much really fell in love with it to a point. Now, granted, I mean, these are flat out designer frags, and they are somewhere between entry level and middle of the road as far as designer frags go. Zegna obviously makes some way higher line stuff that's more boutique niche level, and this is more of this kind of stuff that you could probably find at your local drugstore, pharmacy. Not in all cases, certainly, but just overall and price point wise. So this is the sort of simple, clean. Reminds you a little bit of some of the Trussardi stuff as far as the bottle presentation. It has this plastic band. Wow. So it says New York, New York, and then London, Milano, and then it says made in France. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. Well, it's not going to pick that up. It might. Let's see. Can I trick it to focus? It's refusing to focus. All right. Autofocus not working too well. Well, I don't know. That's some really tiny fonts. I'm not sure if the light can capture that or not. It's irrelevant. Anyway, what am I doing? Okay, so the opening from the bottle smells nice. Smells fresh and clean, kind of soapy. Maybe a little violet or lavender, some labdanum maybe. Something I'm guessing citrusy is lurking there in the background. I don't know, maybe citronelle. Not getting neroli per se, but there's definitely something citrusy in there. Okay, let me check if I remember who I could. I don't think I could find the noses of any of these, but I'm going to make sure. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Let's see. And I'm also curious, is this... Can't really tell if this juice is colored or not, but in the photo online it has a real light blue gray hue to the color. I'm not so sure I'm getting that here. I don't know if that's just a different bottle maybe. Now that I look at it, looks more like an I think I know what's okay. Getting a little hint of that now. Okay, through certain light, it does look a little bluer, grayer, and then in other light, it looks just totally clear. And it's kind of a funny little optical trick. So I don't know if this scent is going to be all over the place or if it's going to be fantastic. The reason I say that is that it had three different noses on it, and that just subtly sends off alarm bells for me as a connoisseur of fragrance. I just don't know why you would need three noses on a frag. Seems like one and at the most two should be plenty to kind of pound it out and get the recipe right. I feel like it's going in just too many different directions when there's three noses. Having said that, these are three really good noses on it. So we have Antoine Lee, Pierre Negron, and Olivier Guillotin. So I've already spoken about Antoine Lay multiple times, and I believe I've at least mentioned Pierre Negron. It looks like Negrin in English. And I don't think I've ever talked about Olivier Guillotin. Uh, let's see. So Pierre, as I had mentioned in the past, he did Interlude Man for House Amouage, also Library Collection Opus 8, Opus 7, Imitation for a Woman. He's done some Avon stuff, some Calvin Klein stuff, including CK1 Platinum Edition and Summer 2018 and Encounter. David Beckham, Donna Karan, Be Delicious, Elizabeth James, Nirvana Black, Nirvana Black Perfume Oil. And then he's done a lot of the really high-end Zegna stuff. For example, Florentine Iris, Indonesian Oud, Javanese Patchouli, Italian Bergamot, and Sicilian Mandarin. So I think most of those are very, very highly rated in general. Of course, you're going to find detractors everywhere and hardcore lovers, despite any kind of critical feedback. Then he did some Joe Malone, London Rain White Jasmine and Mint, Orris and Sandalwood Limited Edition, and Orris and Sandalwood, of course, all those are unisex. Let's see, Ralph Lauren, Polo Black, Ralph Hot. Okay, I've already mentioned most of the stuff. Unforgivable by Sean John, some Sue Wong, some Value Absolu. Those are the kind that have the really cool, I don't know if they're pearls or stones or rocks inside the juice. Give it almost like an aquarium type look or feel. Sensualité, Joie Éclat, and Sérénité. And that's about it. And then finally for the last nose, because again, I've already talked extensively about the first guy, which was Antoine Lay. I'm not going to repeat his fantastic library. You can check it out online if you want. Olivier Guillotin has done Balenciaga, Cristobal, Beyonce, Heat and Midnight Heat, Reveal Men by Calvin Klein. That's a cool bottle. Some Ed Hardy stuff. Christian Dior Higher Black and Higher. Tian D Frasai by House Frasai. Very, very cool bottle. Reminds you a little bit of Nasumato if they would enlarge the bottle and then shrink the cap to make it about the same size as the bottle. Very cool looking juice, that one. And that dropped last year. It's a unisex. I have no idea what it's supposed to smell like. But a very attractive presentation. Done quite a bit of Ralph Lauren stuff, including Red Extreme, Red Intense, Notorious for you ladies out there. And also Ralph Wild for you ladies. Very cool sport bottle. I would think that'd smell pretty good, but you never know. Michael Kors, he did Island Palm Beach. Very, very attractive, cool, light green. I don't know if that's glass or plexi with a gold cap sprayer. And also House Arlane, he did Autour de Muguet. And Tom Ford, Atelier d'Orient, Rive d'Ambre, and Tobacco Oud. And Wonderstruck, Taylor Swift. Kind of like Taylor. I didn't used to like her that much, but she's really growing on me. And God, can she sing and play the guitar like nobody's business. Really, really phenomenal musician. And I think highly underrated to a point. But anyways, I digress. Also, Ten Corso Como. Cool little kitschy bottle presentation. And that's about it. So, I'm not questioning, I want to make that crystal clear, I'm not questioning the combined brain power. These are all wonderful developers and noses and creators of, in many cases, really good to fantastic to memorable scents. I just question when a company needs three noses on one project. It just kind of smells like it might be all over the place to a point. But I could be, I hope I'm wrong. And again, this will only be a first impression. This is not my scent of the day was something way above this pay grade. Green Irish Tweed. But we'll see. This is still going to be a very serviceable scent, if nothing else. Okay, give it a little double blast. Okay, so already this is pleasant. It's fresh, it's clean, but it's highly generic. And I mean that in the best kind of way, almost in a complimentary kind of way. It's typically sort of somewhere between Italy and France, but it's definitely way more what I would say quintessentially generically Italian. It's not niche Italian, and it's not even high dollar Uber designer Italian. It's just typical Italian, and that's not a bad thing. It's good, it's decent, it's fresh, it's clean, but it's absolutely not breaking any kind of new ground. And it's the type of scent that's, to be quite honest and brutally frank, has been replicated over and over and over and over again in Italy, in America, in France, and especially in Italy. And it is what it is. The recipe here is tired, generic, bland, and safe and easy. And I think I can kind of see a little bit about what happened by having the three noses. It probably served to dumb down the fragrance and make it more mass appealing, is my guess. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm not getting paid by these companies. I do not pull punches when it comes to frags. Again, and I stress, this is a fine, dumb reach fragrance. If you're going to work out, go to the office. It's okay if you want to go on a date. You're not going to get complaints, that's for sure. But you're not going to blow his or her socks off either. This is not exactly screaming luxury. It's not screaming sensuality or sexuality. It's not screaming the highest dollar refinement. But it's good. It's fresh. It's clean. It's okay. It's pleasant. I'm getting a little green fruity nuance in here, which I would assume is from some kind of synthetic that's supposed to resemble red currant and blueberries. Some kind of, they're calling it a cassoir fruit or cassoir fruit. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And along with the bergamot, and I'm not trying to beat this frag into the ground. That's not what I'm doing here on this channel. I've never done that needlessly with any fragrance. I just want to be crystal clear, firstly, about what this isn't, and then we can absolutely talk it safely and respectfully for what it is. Firstly and foremostly, this is a budget frag, and this entire line that I bought today is a budget. I don't say the house is budget, but these frags, and like many of their brethren by Zegna, are absolutely budget frags, and that's okay. We need budget frags. The world needs good, cheap, go-to fragrances sometimes. We're not always at the Lamborghini or Cadillac level, and sometimes you need to start where you are, and so you still want to smell good and fresh and clean. So let's get back to what this fragrance does accomplish and what it does have. So I am getting some of the cashmere wood and the oak moss, a hint of musk, which is nice. It's very mild, a little bit synthetic, but it's there. I'm getting some of that little light woodsy, maybe a hint of white pepper, not much. Maybe just an ounce of nutmeg, not much. There's supposed to be some iris in here. A little bit, not a whole lot. And there's supposed to be some yellow Mirabelle plums. So there is just the faintest hint of some kind of plum note in here, which is not bad. It's there. And there's an oak moss. Of course, this whole thing is synthetic, as far as I know, but there is an oak moss component in here, along with patchouli. Not getting very much of the patchouli, maybe just a tiny sense of its sort of spicy heat mixing with that white pepper, which is kind of interesting. Let's see. It's honestly pleasant, smells very good, albeit, you know, if you're a frag head, knowing that you're not getting like ultra natural, organic, really high dollar, even synthetics, for example, that just smell insane and just out of this world, and just like an ounce will go a country mile. No, but nonetheless, it smells quite pleasant. Smells good. Smells very clean, very fresh. I think this could be an excellent dumb reach frag. Just a go-to when you're just either tired of your regular rotation or you're fed up with some of your rotation. Not fed up, but just more like bored. Or if you don't want to waste the special stuff every single day you go out for different events, you know, you may just go out and hit the gym, go for a jog, then go to the mall, and you still want to smell decent. Or you may want to carry this in the car and give yourself a respritz in case you can't get to the shower. You don't want to obviously stink up the joint. I know that's kind of gross in some people's mind, not taking a shower, then going somewhere after you've sweated and spraying on some perfume. But honestly, around the world, it's not that uncommon. And I mean, we've all been in those occasions where we at least wished or hope that we smell okay, and we just don't have the time to grab a shower. Okay, what else? So that's about it. I mean, you're getting an essence of woodsy with some citrus, similar to either neroli or bergamot. Not so much neroli, but bergamot or bergamot, however you want to say it, along with something similar to lavender, or I don't know. That's probably the mix of the blueberry, the red currant, and the Mirabelle plums, mixing with the iris, nutmeg, and white pepper, along with those woodsy accords of the cashmere wood. But you know, it's not something that's ever going to smell like Byredo. This is never going to touch anything from the house of Byredo. It's never going to outdo probably even the weakest, worst Prada, but it's really, really good for what it is, if I can say it that way. It's probably a very good dumb reach frag, gym fragrance. Spray something in the house just to smell good. Maybe you got somebody casual coming over, whatever. You pick the occasion. You know, this is not $100 bottle of juice, and it ain't ever going to be a $500 bottle, and much less a Roja Dove $1,000 or $2,000 bottle. But it's a good, honest, fresh, very typically, a sort of generically typically Italian fragrance. Nothing wrong with it. Just don't expect it to compete with niche, and don't expect it to compete with like House of Dior, anything by Dior. Frankly, that's not going to happen. But this is one that would safely compete against Rassasi, against Terry Mugler. Not all of the Mugler stuff, but some of it, some of the lower stuff, some of the Guerlain stuff that's not as hot, some of the cheaper houses from France. This would probably hold its own. It would probably hold its own against Jaguar, to some extent the Ferraris, although I hear some of those are really, really spectacular for what they do. But that's about it. I'm gonna leave it here for now. I will hit the other fragrances at a later date, but I think that was a fair handshake towards Z by Zegna. Pretty good cheapie. So if you want to get something cheap but good, clean, fresh, a little bit soapy, a little bit woodsy, freshy, aromatic, just a hint of musk in there, and a little baby's hint of spice. There's nothing wrong with this frag. It's very good for what it is, but it ain't niche, and it's not even high dollar designer. So if you're on a shoestring budget, just want to add another cheap frag to your collection, by all means, hit up Z by Zegna, which dropped, I think, back in 05. Yeah, this has been around the block for a while. So we are looking at a 13-year-old fragrance. But anyways, I will catch you next time, guys. Spray often, spray well, and live life on your terms, not someone else's. Love you guys. Peace out. And I will see you next time, hopefully. Peace.